Ever thought about Home Alone as a crime thriller starring Kevin as the villain? Or if Woody from Toy Story decided Buzz wasn't just a rival, but an enemy to destroy? Well, I'm taking 3 innocent kids movies and turning them into horror posters you'll never unsee. Kevin did a lot to try and protect his house from the robbers. But what if he went a little too far? Here's his house, and I'm going to start by generating the rest of the image. Okay, and I want Kevin right here in the center. You'll see why I chose this photo in a minute. I'm going to need to temporarily remove his ability to walk for the time being. And I want him to kind of hover just around here. I'm a bit lazy, so I'm just going to use Photoshop's color matching tool. Nice. And as he's very much legless at the moment, let's give him some new ones. Right, those are going to have to do for now. Now you're probably asking, what's Kevin just done? Well, the narrative here is Kevin's trapped Harry and Marv in his house and kind of set fire to it. Now let's start with these top windows. This is going to take a while, so I think it's time for a time lapse. Why is it made an emoji? Let's continue. This is taking a while, so I think I'm just going to borrow some from this house. Let's blend this in. Okay, that's better. Makes it more realistic, doesn't it? Let's draw in some red highlights around Kevin's head and some on his jumper. I already think the Home Alone logo is quite spooky, so I've just made it red and I'm putting it over here. What I do want to do is add a picture of one of the robbers in one of these windows. Nice, hopefully someone will notice him. For the next poster, I'm using today's sponsor, Kittle. I'll be redesigning Lion King. I want to go for a retro style. I want to start with a gradient and make it fade from black to dark red. Now what's a movie poster without conflict, so I'm sorry if you haven't watched the movie. I'm going to add a picture of the scene where the king lion gets knocked off the cliff by the evil lion. Sorry, I really can't remember their names. What I want to do is blend it in so that the gradient can be seen through the image. Perfect. Now, I'm going to use Kittle's AI image generator to generate a picture of Simba. See, I remember his name. So effectively what I want is a lion looking scared because, you know, his dad's falling off this cliff. The cool thing about this is you can add a reference style. So I've uploaded one here, and let's generate it. Okay, but that's really impressive. How's it managed to do that so well? Now I'm going to use the AI background remover. I'm going to enlarge it, and I want to put him halfway off the poster. Okay, this is coming together very nicely. I do think he is quite bright at the moment, so I think I'm going to lower the opacity a little. I've just noticed he's had the top of his head sliced off. As I can't really be bothered to fix that, I'm just going to make him bigger. For the title font, I want something scary, but I also want something that isn't too scary. You get me? Anyways, let's search for some horror fonts on Kittle's massive font library. There's some good ones here. Let's see what this one looks like. This is very Disney-like, isn't it? I think I'm gonna go with this one. Green's quite an evil color, right? Let's give it a small gradient. Perfect, that's very scary. And let's make the king bigger. What I want to do is experiment with the text layout. That seems too like an action movie, doesn't it? I don't think that's gonna work. Now for the tagline, I am looking for one of those old-looking fonts, like in movie posters from the 80s. Perfect, exactly what I'm looking for. Okay, I hope this isn't too cheesy, but hopefully this will bring intrigue about what the revenge might be. From all you know, Simba might turn into a Jigsaw copycat. In the elements section, I'm going to find some lightning pictures to place around the title up here. Let's place it on the layer below the text. Now I need to find another lightning strike. The cool thing about Kittle is that you can actually change the color of the elements. Rather fancy, isn't it? I'm going to rotate and place it under the K. Okay, quickly, I've just noticed you can see the background blended photo on Simba, so I'm just going to erase that out. If you're like me and not great at designing, or even if you're a pro, I definitely recommend Kittle. It's got tons of templates to choose from. All you do is pick one, change the text to what you want to say. There's tools like the background remover and upscaler that quickens your designing time. And boom, I've got a poster that looks good enough to impress my mom. There are thousands of high quality fonts and loads of cool textures, like this grunge one for when I'm feeling rough, this paper one for when I'm feeling fragile, or this wallpaper one for when I'm feeling fancy. You can get 25% off all plans with my code CHOPS, or you can use the free version. Anyways, let's get back to the posters. Imagine Toy Story but Woody turned evil. Well, you don't have to imagine anymore, because I've found this photo. Let's create a background to match with this color. Okay, and for the time being, let's place him down here. Now you're probably thinking, what has Woody just done? Well, you'll soon find out. Here's a photo I found of Buzz on the floor. With him selected, I'm going to mask him out and place him down here. And now it's time to do some damage. I'm going to start with his arm, and let's just dismantle this over here. Perfect. And we don't want to leave him unequal, so let's also take away his leg. And let's put his leg a couple of inches this way. Okay, so you're probably looking at this, thinking, where's this light coming from? Well, you're in luck, because it's coming from this beam I'm creating right now. Let's give it a warmish kind of hue. Perfect. As you can see, this does not look realistic. Light does not shine in straight lines like this. So I'm going to use field blur to blur the bottom part more than the top. That's looking a lot more lifelike. Actually, I'm going to change the light so it actually matches with the lighting on Buzz. Lovely. I just want to enhance some of the lighting on Buzz. So a little shadow down around here, and some brighter highlights up here, and a small line across this edge. So you're probably thinking that just wait until I blur it a little. And as a finishing touch, let's change the blending mode to soft light. Let's do the same with his hand. At the moment, the background is just black, but what I want to do is subtly add Andy's room into the background. And I want to blend it in so you can just about see it. And now the floor. Here's the title, and an idea I have is taking the smile from Woody and adding it as the hole in the middle of the O. Right, I don't think I like that.
Dude! What the f?
Moving on, I want to add a shadow on his left side. And for the tagline, I think this is quite good. Definitely did not ChatGPT that. You know what I've just realized? That light beam looks horrendous. Let's try again, but slightly thinner. Okay, now that looks so much more realistic.